I welcome you all also on behalf of Maren Schöning, my co-managing director in Dialog Ungarn. I welcome you to the first event of Dialog Ungarn this year, this in 2023. So maybe I can still say Happy New Year to everybody, because I've seen in the participants list that a lot of our fans of Dialog Ungarn are with us. So for them, it's not the first event what happens. And I welcome all participants, male and female, in Hungary and Germany. So the audience is, when I look to the participant list, nearly half-half. And we are happy that we have also male colleagues with us. This shows that the topic, what we are talking today about, women in urban mobility, is a quite relevant one. And yeah, this is our first Wirtschaftsfrauen im Dialog, so female business women in dialogue this year. And we will continue this format, what we are organizing together with VDU, Verband Deutscher Unternehmerinnen, Association of Female Entrepreneurs in Germany. And yeah, why we have chosen this topic. Mobility was a focus topic of VDE last year, and we had a yearly General Assembly in Munich last year with 300 really great female entrepreneurs. And there we have discussed this topic, mobility up and down. And then we have, together with Silke Haubenreißer, elaborated and planned this session today. I will later come to that. And then we were thinking about who would be the best, because in this format we have always one German entrepreneur, female entrepreneur, and one Hungarian. And here I welcome Christina Diempuelo and Boklaka Adam. So both ladies, one from Hungary and one from Germany, or one from Germany, one from Hungary. Welcome. And yeah, we will have today first an introduction of Silke about the MINT Commission, the STEM Commission of the VDU. And then we have the talk together with Boklaka and Christina. And of course, the both ladies will later introduce, or the three ladies will later introduce themselves more deeply. I can say some words to them. Yeah, we are happy that you took the time, because both or all three ladies are very busy in their normal jobs, and all what they are doing for VDE or now for Dialog Ungarn, it's voluntary and it's an honorable task. Yeah. So therefore, I start with our main participants. It's Boklaka, who is CEO of the Hungarian car share company GreenGo, and more than 2 years you are the CEO of GreenGo.
Yes, 1.5.
Yeah, and I remember quite well in the past when I was CEO of Elmu, we cooperated with GreenGo, and in these times, it's already some years ago. GreenGo was really a startup, but now I would say it's already an ordinary company, but you will later tell us more about that.
Sure.
And we come then to Christina Diempuelo, who is also member of VDU, like Silke as well, and me as well. And yeah, she's in Germany very famous, because last year you get several awards, I would say. The newspaper Capital has chosen you to the top 40 under 40. So, and Handelsblatt, it's also a famous German newspaper, economic newspaper, have elected you under the top 50 important influencing ladies. Yeah. So, and Christina comes from a family business, but has founded her own company and is active in leasing of bicycles. And she is really an actor in the German mobility shift. And she will also tell us later more about that, what motivates she, what is the business model, and we will hear about that. And but first of all, we would like to hear Silke, and Silke is VDO member in our country organization Bayern Süd. So VDO is organized in several country organizations. So it covers, VDO covers whole Germany, 60 county organizations, and Silke is member of Bayern Süd. And but of course in her main job she operates with other things, but she will tell us more about that. And please, Silke, it's your turn, and the colleague will share your presentation. It's a very short one. Don't be afraid that you are bored by long presentations. It's really a very interesting, and she will give us an insight about the work and the targets of the MINT Commission, in English STEM Commission of the German Association of Female Entrepreneurs. Please, Silke.
Okay. So a warm welcome also from my side. I'm really very happy to present the STEM Commission. I don't know if everyone knows what it means, STEM. It stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. But before starting my presentation, some words about me. My name is Silke Haubenreise, and I live and work in Munich. So Bayern Süd means Bavaria South. And what we are doing, what my company is doing, we are working in the field of VET. VET means vocational education and training. And we are focusing on the German dual training system. And our work is about apprenticeship in German companies. That means that we are focusing on the retention of trainees, their personal development during their apprenticeship, and secondly, also the recruitment of trainees. Our main areas are industrial technical professions and crafts. So it's all about VET in STEM professions. And this is why I'm working in the STEM Commission. And in this field, the STEM professions, we are also working at a European level. We are project partners in several projects of Erasmus Plus projects, which are funded by the European Commission. Next slide, please. So I'm co-chair of the STEM Commission, and we have a dual leadership, and my partner in the leadership is Fatime Çetinkaya. Fatime is a digital process expert, and with her husband, she's the founder of a software company. The members, as you can see, we have currently around 25 active members, and they are really from a wide variety of backgrounds. Of course, a lot of STEM professions, but we have also members who are working in the field of communications and in the field of human resources. So that means, as you can see, that we are really open to everyone. And it's more in this way that we follow the principle of STEAM, which means science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Next slide, please. Well, what are our topics and our objectives? We are primarily concerned with the promotion of women in STEM fields. It's about getting more young women interested in this field and about the opportunities that arise in it. So at the core, it is about the visibility of STEM women. This is the first point, which is very important for us. The other one is that we believe the only way to be successful is broad networking with the relevant actors. And the third point is that we are convinced that topics of the future will concern STEM. Thus, another focus of our work is the transfer of knowledge on these topics. And what we are doing to achieve these three goals that I explained here, so visibility, networking, and knowledge transfer, I will show you with a few examples. Next slide, please. The first one is our social media format, which is called VDU MINT Experts, well, VDU STEM Experts. At the end of 2021, we started with this format, and we are posting regularly on all VDU channels, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. And from the beginning, we were very successful because an important nationwide STEM initiative, which is called MINT Vernetzt, they became aware of us. And MINT Vernetzt means, can be translated with networking initiative in STEM. And this initiative is funded by the German Ministry of Science and Education. And the aim, and this is the interesting point, the aim of this initiative is exactly the same as ours, increasing the attractiveness of STEM professions for young women. So when we're looking how we are doing it, the social format is really very simple. What we are doing is to present female experts in structured, very short interviews. You can see it here. We have 5 questions, and the structure, the questions and the structure is always the same. And this format is not only open to VDU members, it's open to all women. When we meet very interesting women in STEM, in events, in panel discussions or others, we ask them if they want to, if you will be part of our social format. And normally they really agree. So it's really that they act as role models. And this is very important for us. Next, please. The second point that I just mentioned is networking. Exchange and networking are very important, and I think that the nationwide importance of MINT Vernetzt, here you can also see their logo, is a good example. But we have other very important networking partners, and the one is Unternehmertum. Unternehmertum is the biggest startup hub in Europe, and it's part of the Technical University of Munich. And a joint venture of Unternehmertum is Initiative for Applied Artificial Intelligence. And they are also part of our network. And this initiative is the application of leading trustworthy AI technology is what they are doing. The third is Femtech that I would like to present you is Femtech alumni. Femtech alumni are former female students of the technical universities in Germany and the Technical University of Zurich. And as students, they hold a Femtech scholarship, and they were supported in their personal development. And the last example is AKATech. AKATech is Deutsche Akademie der Technikwissenschaften, which means the German Academy of Science and Engineering. So you can see that this is really, a lot of them are part of is science, it's universities, it's science, but they are very very powerful and also very important for Germany. The next slide, please. So to present ourselves and especially to spread our topics, we use events. The most important event of our commission is the so-called MINT Summit, and with this MINT Summit takes place annually. Last year, we were at Deutsche Telekom in Bonn on the topic of AI and ethics. And the AI initiative that I presented before, they led the workshops that we had at this event, and it was about how AI is implemented in one's own company. But other hosts in the past of our MINT Summit have been Deutsche Bahn, TUI, Innogy, KUKA, and Porsche. So you can see that these are really big companies and also very important German companies. At the beginning of March will take place the annual event of the initiative MINT Vernetzt. And it will take place in Erfurt, which is in Thuringia. It's in the east of Germany. And my colleague in the chair, Fatima Chetinkaya, she will be on the panel. And the topic here is diversity and STEM. And the conference, the event will be opened by the Minister for Economics, Science and Digital Development of Thuringia. So also this one is really a quite high level event. And the next one, the last one that I will present you, which will be, or I think it will in the first part of this year, is a very high level event in Berlin with Architect, with the Academy of German Academy of Science and Engineering. And at this event, Architect will present the results of its annual STEM Young Talent Barometer. And it's a high-level event because it's a small event, but with representatives from politics, from business, and from science. So it's another place, another event which is very important for us, and where the VDU will also be part in the panel discussions. So you see that we are really working and representing the VDU in STEM on a quite high level already. Next, please. Next slide. Well, Marie-Thérèse, you just said that last year we were talking a lot about mobility. That is the same that I wanted to say. So we had also some events with the topic on mobility, and it was the whole year, it was very present in the VDU. It was the topic of our annual meeting in Munich last June, the annual meeting of the VDU. And we also took it up in our STEM commission slot, and we discussed the issue of mobility and diversity with representatives from Architect, Unternehmertum, and the Munich-based digital hub Mobility. This was about the mobility behavior of women and the future of mobility using the example of the city of Munich. And we will continue with the topic mobility. We will continue this year because in spring we will be guests at Mercedes with our MINT Summit. There too you can see that it's really, the MINT Summit is always with big companies, and it's open. The MINT Summit is not only for members, it's open for everyone. And another very important point, mobility for us is one of the topics of the future. And that is why we are very pleased to be holding this event this evening together with the German-Hungarian business network Dialog Ungarn. And it is really that we thank you a lot, Marie-Therese, and also Mario Schöning, for your invitation. It is very important for us. And I thank you also, the audience. I'm very pleased and thank you very much for your attention. And I wish you an interesting and inspiring discussion.
Yes, thank you. We will definitely come later to these topics during the discussion. Yeah, Telekom is also well known in Hungary because we have Meyer Telekom there. Mercedes, of course, is one of the German manufacturers, which is in Kecskemét, also very present in Hungary. And there are also similar networks, women networks. I know that is existing a woman network in AI, so women in AI. It's women in energy business, so it's also something there. It's not fully clean, or yeah, but we might later come during the discussion to these topics, how it can be enhanced, how we can intensify the cooperation of that. And you made already clear that these events are open also for international guests.
Yes.
For those ones who would like to have international connections in the field of mobility are invited. Clear. So then let's come to our partners today, to our dialogue partners today. And I would like first to ask Boklakar to give us a little bit of flavor about her business, about her motivation, about the challenges in the business, and her personal way to this business. So how you find to a green go.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Boglárka Ádám. Just call me Bogi. It's easier maybe. So I am the CEO of Green Go Hungary. So I just start with a little introduction. If someone doesn't know Green Go, maybe. So we are the Green Go just started in 2016, and we were the only car sharing company in Hungary and in Budapest. And since that, we have two other competitors, Limo and ShareNow. But since the beginning, we are the only e-car sharing company in Hungary. That means that only our fleet contains only electric cars. Since the beginning, our beliefs are the same, and these are, I think, very simple. We believe in sharing economy, and we think that the future is not about ownership, but it's about sharing. And beside that, we believe in sustainability. So we always try to make our operation as green as possible. So we just started in 2016. In that time, we have 45 cars, and there were only a few people. And now at the beginning of 2023, we have 500 cars, and now there are 45 of us in the company. Now our service area is more than 100 square kilometers. So we are in a, let's say, in a dynamic growth, especially in the last year in 2022, because the biggest growth in the fleet was in that time. And we experienced that due to the various external events and economic effects. Many people just reconsidered their transport habits and started to replace their own car with shared car. We think that this trend will, or we hope that this trend will continue, but I think here in Hungary, it will be a little bit longer process to drop off an own car, because, you know, a few 10 years ago in the socialism, an own car was let's say a a symbol of status, if you know what I mean. So you verse someone if you just own the car. So I think we need some generational changes to change this way of thinking. So I just brought some facts and data about our operation or about car sharing. I think this is my favorite, that it's international data, that a private car, so the one own car, spends most its time unused, and this most time is 96 to 98%. So it means that these cars only in 2 to 4% of its life are in use. So nearly they are just spending their whole life waiting for the next ride for cars. So I think it's very, very, very important data. And the other one is that a car sharing car can replace 5 to 10 private cars. That means much less cars on the roads and no traffic jams, available parking places, and of course less air pollution. For example, us only in 2022, we saved more than 1.3 million kilograms of carbon dioxide from entering the air of Budapest. And you asked me, Mary, to talk about our challenges. We have a lot, not a surprise, but to point on the biggest 3 challenges, one of it is that we have to change the way how people think, what I mentioned before. On one side, how to think more sustainable, and on the other side, that car sharing can be a more cost-effective way of traveling than maintain a car. And the second challenge is that we are in a very uncertain and rapidly changing economic environment, and it makes planning very difficult. So you just have to replan. And the third one is that we have 2 other competitors with, just to be honest, with a bigger financial background that we have. They are big Hungarian or national companies in the background, and they are also growing very dynamically like us. So we have a very interesting and exciting couple of years in front of us. And just a couple of words about my personal way in Gringo. I joined the company in the summer of 2020 as a marketing director. So before that, I was working in marketing field for more than 10 years in different positions. So I didn't came from this technical background. And actually, I chose Gringo because for me, sustainability was very important. And I was looking for a company where I can actually work for it, where I can feel my work has a positive effect on the environment and on the future. So that was my biggest motivation to go to Gringo. And after a little bit more than a year, I was asked to not just lead the marketing team, but the whole company. So since that, I'm leading the whole company. I think it was that time when we just starting as a startup, what you mentioned before, Mary, and after 5 years, we just stuck in the operation as a startup, but we were bigger, so we have bigger changes in our structures. So it was my work to make this change in Gringo.
Yeah, thank you, Bogi. It is an impressive story about the journey, yeah? Because I remember quite well when you were really a startup and started in Budapest with the 45 cars, and that you have now more than 500. It's an impressive data, and it seems that you have done this first step from a pure startup to an operative company quite successful. And I remember that there was an app already quite early with GreenGo app, and you could use the cars. And when I remember from our employees in Elmu, they liked to use that, yeah, from the beginning on. So I can only tell it was really working. It was really in operation, yeah. So then let's come to another way of mobility with bicycles. So Christina, maybe you tell us also a little bit about the background of your business, your history as a family company, and yeah, what was the way how you came to that, what you are already today? We see the picture now, founder case.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. It's just quite a wonderful and very interesting group and bunch of people. I'm very excited to also see in Hungary these kind of new concepts coming up, especially with the sharing, in my case with the leasing. So we also tend to think that it's not about possessing things anymore. It's about new concepts, actually, to bring more people more often on bicycles or on shared mobility concepts. I really like to see this also developing in Hungary, and I'm very, very happy to also start a conversation afterwards about it. Yes, my name is Christina Diampuelo. Maybe we're gonna take the next slide. I'm gonna start with some things about my person and my background. And
hello.
Now you listen. I think now we are back again.
Yeah.
Now in the fourth generation, we are continuing our family tradition as one of the leading mobility and bicycle companies, in which we combine our experience and expertise from the bicycle with modern digitization solutions to make our contribution to a more environmentally friendly mobility. And so a little bit to my background, my great-grandfather had a small bicycle dealership in my hometown. So, and my grandfather actually turned it into the very first serious production of bicycles in Germany. So I'm very close to the Mint topic because, of course, what we were always looking for was engineers to develop great mobility products. My mother, actually, she turned the entire company into one of the global big players in the e-mobility and e-bicycle segment. We were the founder of the modern electric mountain bike. The brand was called Highbike back then, and I was leading the businesses for more than 5 years as Highbike head of sales in the US. So, and at the same time, I always was responsible for the part of the business development in the company of my family. Yes, and our vision, and actually this is exactly what we are standing for as family, is to help driving and moving forward to bring more people to sustainable mobility and to create more sustainability in the entire world, foremost and in the focus, of course, in the German market.
I'm calling Hungary, Budapest. So is only Christina frozen or? Maren, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, then I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I think Christina has a
We
problem.
hear you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I hope she will come back. It's a problem of the internet in South Germany.
Also Berlin. Also.
Yeah, okay. Westphalia is quite okay at the moment.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was my last point? Actually, the foundation of Deutsche Dienstrat. So
Yeah.
what we have in Germany, and this is an amazing new tax role model, and actually we can go to the next slide. This is a wonderful tax model, and we also try to drive the conversation with other countries. Right now we are in conversation with the entire government of the country of Austria and Switzerland, so the DACH states, as well as the northern part like Norway and Denmark, because our tax model, and it's a tax-driven model, which Deutsche Dienstrat stands for, is a tax benefit model and a subsidy of government, actually for if somebody actually decides to purchase or to lease a bike over his monthly salary, they will actually benefit of tax savings. So we have this wonderful incentive in Germany, which helps to get more people on more bikes. This is also my case of Deutsche Dienstrat, because a couple of years ago, a lot of companies were asking us as manufacturer, as my family-owned company on the bicycle manufacturer side, hey, you are producing bicycles, so can you also help us in the corporate bike leasing tax benefit concept? So I completely went into this direction, and I saw a very big and upcoming market in the entire thing. And right now, or in 2019, I decided to found my own company, Deutsche Dienstrat, which basically is translated corporate bike solution. So I'm leasing a bike over my employer and have tax savings over my monthly salary and payment. So I founded it in 2019, and our foundation moment was kind of, the starting point of a very, very big mission. We started with 3 people actually back then. It was me, my husband, and somebody who was working in marketing, but somebody who was working in marketing is basically like somebody who was doing anything. And then we started it all. And when I saw the presentation of you, Silke, thank you for this. It's all about networking, and it's all about talking to people and sharing the word. I actually felt like kind of Jesus and telling people the great story on, hey, we want to accelerate sustainable mobility in Germany, and we want to use this tax saving model and concept, and everybody was wondering and staring at you, was like, what she's talking about, she's crazy. And then we developed the entire case right now to the Deutsche Dienstrat company itself. We have a Deutsche Mobility Holding. We just founded it last year, and underneath Deutsche Dienstrat is one of these companies. And we have some more companies in the portfolio. And every of these companies has something to do with mobility and sustainability. And this is also what my person stands for, and my family, where we're always driving sustainable mobility in Germany, because we were always producing bicycles. What I also really love about the fact that we have an exchange on women here is because of my, in the deepest of my heart, I'm also a speaker or a spokesperson for the entire thing of diversity. And female empowerment. And what not a lot of people know is that the bicycle actually was the first product and is the product in the world. No other product ever changed and was driving the emancipation of us as women as anything else, because we were not allowed to drive cars. Women were not allowed actually to go to school or to get like new things, and we were actually not able to get from here to here because we couldn't drive cars. And this was the wonderful thing, that women actually was fighting for their rights also in 1800 on bicycles, and on their right to go to universities, to really make career and to get out of it and to emancipate. And this is what I really like about, it's not only about sustainability, it's also about female empowerment. It's about mobility, because mobility, with mobility, everything starts. It's the way how to get to school. It's the way how to get to work. It's one of the most important things, actually. And right now, Deutsche Dienstrat, to get to some figures, we are having 125 employees. Last year, we had a revenue over 100 million on our platform. So the employees we are addressing right now, and we are having for our Dienstrat corporate bike leasing program, it's something about 1 million. And we have more than 40,000 bikes in the Mobility Hub bike shop available. And we are working together with the entire dealer network in entire Germany. So our goal actually is to provide every employee in Germany the entrance to sustainable and climate neutral mobility. And I really loved the picture of the future and why we are doing this every day. If I need the next slide, please. So the vision and actually why we are doing it, and I love all of the other concepts existing right next to my business model and concept, because mobility is such a big field. And the past, yes, everything was crowded. All of the pedestrians were getting along with created and built around cars. So there was nothing dynamic about it anymore. And the city of the future,
Oh. Christina, vielleicht legst du noch mal die Präsentation raus und erzählst nur. Dann klappt das vielleicht besser mit der Verbindung.
Yeah, so our vision actually is the new cities globally and to help driving the CO2 emission, and actually to bring more mobility globally to the people, and especially those new generations, you know, where a corporate car was super important for everybody out there. This isn't it anymore. The new generation, the next generation, they want to have an impact on everything what they're doing, especially when it comes to sustainability. And this is why we are reaching them right now with all of our concepts. It's not about only the corporate bike leasing. It's the public transport. It's the car sharing system. It's everything. And if we start driving the dialogue, if we start the conversation at one table, we also can create digital solutions around it, where one user can have all mobility solutions and can use it when he needs it. And actually, this is like the big vision of us and what we try to help moving forward. Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for this introduction. And I would like to do a little bit advertisement for your event with VDU on the 24th of January at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. You are presenting the business model and how the companies can do that. So who would like to participate in this event, please go to the website of VDU, vdu.de. You can find that, yeah. And please, Christina, share your presentation with Dialog Hungary, because we will later do a selection. So we put everything together, the presentation of Silke, your presentation, and together with the video, what we produce today, we will send it around to the participants. So it will not be lost at all.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, I can tell also to the audience that all ladies with whom we are talking here today, I mean Silke, Bogi, and Christina, as well as Maren and myself, are placed on LinkedIn, so you can connect, because connection was today several times mentioned. You can connect with each other, and you can also follow Christina. She reports quite a lot about her impressive presentations and talks to the German audience mainly, but I'm sure also there are international events where she is present. So,
and Marie, I just want to say one funny thing about one of our biggest growth market with our bicycle manufacturing company back then was Hungary. And we also had a Hungary high bike team. And I was visiting them on a big race there. So I really loved the exchange, because it always was existing with our own Hungary team, and they were amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so great. This I didn't know so far. So there is a connection. That's great. Yeah, we would like to start a conversation, and I would like to ask the audience, note your questions down, because there will be also part of our conversation where you can ask all three, I mean Silke, Bogi, and Christina, your questions. So maybe I start the first round and I continue with Christina. What was really your motivation for founding your own company? Because founding of companies is also Foundertum, Gründertum in German. Yeah, it's also a big topic, and we have two less ladies who are willing to start the entrepreneurship. So what was driven, what has driven you to do that?
Yeah, actually, it has a lot of to do with this kind of entrepreneurial spirit in me, or in myself. I always wanted to have my own business unit and my own company, and I really love the thought about we can create something over here. So a wing of a butterfly can cause a storm somewhere else, and this is something to leave a little bit a footprint for something good. And I know I founded my company, and maybe my next generations, they will benefit of all of it, but I really like the mission and the vision of it, and to get up in the morning, everything, to really think, yes, this is my destiny, this is the right thing I'm doing and I'm standing for. This is actually what really drove me in myself, my own spirit. And then to see this growing was such a big motivation for me, to really employ every month more people, and to really create a family and a big team to help driving the sustainability movement and to spread the word actually I just can't get enough of it. And right now we founded a couple of companies, and I really also help foundation cases to rise, not only with money but also strategically. I'm with a lot of founders, sitting with them together, helping them creating their own companies, because this is actually what's the most important thing. Yeah.
And you are doing it together with your husband or your brother? Your husband.
So so I took some of my siblings from my mother's company. This was quite a conversation at the evening. But actually, I'm doing it with my husband, and my brother has a very, very important in my company, and he's doing a great job. I was calling him because he's the part of the digitization, and I.
Now she's frozen again. Okay, so we gave you a little break, Christina, and let's go to Boklaka. Are you still there?
Yes. I'm here, yes.
Yeah. So, Boklaka, you told us the story that you started as a head of marketing in Gringo, and how was the step to a CEO? So, because we have a lot of female who are leading a department, who are in the second row, and how you decided to become a CEO. You were asked, and did you hesitate, or did you enjoy it, or do you want to do it? So how was this step?
Well, to tell the truth, I was a little bit surprised. So my first question was, are you kidding me? But then I asked a little time to think it over, and I never thought I will be a CEO and I have to lead a company. But I saw that, why not? I never done this before. I'm sure that I will learn a lot. It's a big challenge, so why not? Let's try it. So yeah, it was true. It's a big challenge. I have to learn a lot because I felt very comfortable in marketing field with my experience. Now I have to learn so many new things: how to lead a company, how to lead and motivate people, how to build up a well-structured organization. So these are so new things for me. So I'm still in the middle of a learning process.
Yeah, but what would you recommend to the female colleagues in the same situation? So being a head of department in the second row, and sometimes they are not brave enough to make this step. So what would you recommend to them?
Well, just to believe in yourself and be confident. And I think that's all. What happens if something goes wrong? You can make it. You can fix it. And one other thing, that don't afraid to ask for help, and be ready to learn, because I'm honest, I do not understand even now all the small technical details, how our hardware and software just works. But I'm not just there to understand these kind of details. I'm there to lead the company and find the right people around me who just understand those kind of details, and they can do their job. So it's very important to find a very good team who you can work with. And I think I'm very lucky with my management team and our colleagues.
Yeah, I think you are a great role model for that. Like also Christina is doing that. She was brave enough to found her own company. You are brave enough to take over a CEO position. So these are the role models we are looking for, yeah, as female entrepreneurs. So yeah, thank you. I give now the word to Maren.
Yes, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Also a warm welcome from my side. And I have a couple of questions, but before I start with these questions, I see Esther. You're waiting a long time. Maybe first, it's your floor.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. First of all, I apologize because I could join only 6:30, so I missed many things. But I feel the spirit, and then it's very nice to see these two ladies, really future-proof entrepreneurs who are doing like the high purpose, high human, and high tech together. So my question would be to both of you. The purpose is on both sides. I think it's we don't need to discuss about it. But if we talk about tech and human, so I think nowadays everybody is talking about artificial intelligence. So my question is like how AI, I mean, is embedded already in your operation and how you are going to evolve your operation. And the second is on the high human side. You were speaking about, Bogi, that importance of having a good team. What are the challenges that you face? Let it be mindset, let it be skills, not only recruiting employees, but like driving your mission and then putting forward your message. What are these things and how you tackle them? How can we learn from you? How to change mindsets of people towards sustainability and towards, you know, leaving their cars, especially in Germany, you know, cars for men, you know, that's it. I experience it myself like this. So what are these things? So how do you deal with the newest technology, and how do you deal with the basic human challenges like driving new mindsets and new behaviors?
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, Bogi, would you like to start?
Yeah, sure. So I start with the human part. I'm very lucky with my colleagues because I don't need to teach them how to think about sustainability because they are so passionate. So sometimes I have to learn from them. So I'm very lucky with that. About how to lead and how to manage and how to communicate with the colleagues. My biggest learning, I think, in the last year was to find my, let's say, leadership style, because at the beginning I thought that I have to lead a company as my former bosses made it, who were usually men, and I need a little time to understand that I don't need to follow this way, so I have to find my own way, and I'm still in the process. But what I see that, how to say, a coaching style leadership is much closer to me than an autocratic style. So we'll see. And on the other side, that AI, I think I'm always very open to new and technical things. Of course, I'm not a professional in that, but I'm always happy to learn. So that always helps me to feel comfortable in this field, and it also helps that I'm a very structured style. So when I was a little girl, I always preferred math instead of whatever else, reading. So I was a very good friend with the numbers. So in difficult situation, it always helps me.
Okay, thank you very much. Christina?
Yeah, actually, to get to AI, to keep it quick and simple. Otherwise, we're gonna get interrupted again. I have no clue what's going on over here in Germany right now. It's never happened before. Yeah, we have the first test runs and pilots actually, but it's completely, yes, open right now, and we are also open for all of these things. And what the biggest struggles on the human end is, actually it's IT. It's out of the technical parts, because our heart and bottom of our entire company is the digital platform. So we are always looking for amazing IT guys and technical guys. Actually, on the other hand, we don't have a lot of struggles to get people convinced, because right now everybody gets it, because their employees, the next generation, are telling the bosses, we want to have this, period. And so we have like both sides. So we are driving the conversation, but on the other hand, all of these employees help driving these conversations because they want to have it. So this helps a lot, and we have a big change in mindset, because also the big car industry and car players are open to have conversations with us for cooperations, for all of these things, because they also know that they got to change a lot of things, and we are happy to discuss with anybody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, thank you very much, Christina. I would continue to ask you. I think leasing economy is an important contribution to sustainable economy, sustainable world, or whatever. And so how do you see the future development of your business, and what are your main customers?
Our main customers, very easy, employees. Every employee in Germany.
Okay.
But on what is the development, and now when we're talking about sustainability and the leasing concept, we have a leasing year of 36 months. It's a leasing period, and afterwards you can decide either you want to buy.
Oh, she's gone again.
Afterwards, you can decide if you want to buy the bicycle. Yeah.
Okay. Just wait a second.
Yeah.
Christina, do you hear us?
Sorry, it is annoying.
Okay.
So hopefully you can hear me again.
Yeah.
So annoying. I'm very, very sorry. So anyhow, once we are talking about sustainability, then right now it starts really getting.
Christina, maybe you can switch out your camera.
Interesting.
Okay. It's better now.
Yeah, I think you hear me, right?
Yes.
Of course.
Because right now you were frozen and I was like, oh God, not again anymore. And circular economy. So if we are taking back these bicycles, we start actually the second circle and we refurbish them.
Cool.
Sorry. But I have full Wi-Fi. I have no clue what this is.
Oh, we hear you. Hear you again.
So after the refurbishment, we do sell them again. And this is actually usually no bike is gonna be thrown away. And we use all of the parts within the bicycles. Also the e-bikes, because if we are talking about Frank, and if we are talking about sustainability, an e-bike is not sustainable. we have lithium ion, we have so many things which is basically not sustainable, and a product can never be sustainable, but it can help to drive a sustainable lifestyle. It can help to actually create an environment of sustainability. And this is our big next topic, the second circle, the second cycle, the circular economy, to really get the most out of the resource we use for it.
Okay, thank you very much. Bogi, the next question to you. What is your future strategy for your business with Greengo?
Well, first of all, I think we just have to follow our path where we are now. I really believe that we are on a good path. So if I'm just thinking about the next couple of years, I think we have, let's say, I can just summarize 3 words. Sustainability. We talked about it a lot, so maybe I have to explain it. It will be still in the focus. The second thing is flexibility, because I think in the next couple of years it will be very important. What we saw in the former years as well, that we have to be we have to operate very flexible, and we have to react as fast as possible for the changes on the market. So for example, for myself, 2023 will be just about being as much flexible as we can. And the third thing is cooperations, because what I see from the last year, that we are too small in the market, just to be alone and fight against the whole world. So, and also, as I mentioned before, that the competitors are much bigger than us. So it will be my second personal goal, to find partners with the same goals and connect with each other and go together, and that's all. So these are my, let's say, personal goals.
Okay, thanks a lot. Are there any questions?
So the chance for the audience also,
another chat.
also to Silke, to all the 3 ladies, if there is anything to ask. Yeah.
Yes, it's Silke and Esther.
Yeah.
First, Silke.
Yeah, okay. It's a question for Bogi, because you said that you have to change the way how people think. How will you manage it? How will you do it? Do you have an idea about it?
Actually, we have a very detailed communication path. So we try to educate via, I don't know, social media and different online platforms, the people. But it's a very big challenge to change the way how people think. So it will be a longer thing, but I really believe, as I see in my between my friends, in my environment, that it can happen. People can change how they think.
Well, what we see in Germany, for example, is that the younger generation, those who are 20, 30, 20, 25 years old, especially when they grew up in a big city, that, well, there was really a bit this idea not to make an driver license anymore, because they were really used to use the public transport. And so this is really that this is not, they are not thinking to buy a car anymore. What they would do is what you said also before, is to make car sharing. It's really this sharing generation a bit. So at least it's in Germany. It's like this. I don't know how is the situation in Hungary.
I think nearly the same. That fact that the younger people don't make the driving license. I couldn't see that. So we have many younger users. This is that group that grows the most dynamically. We made a small research a couple of months ago, and we asked some people in the universities what they think about buying an own car in the next years. And most of them said that they are not planning to buy a car. And I think it's maybe because the new way of thinking, maybe, but I think the main reason is about the costs. Because if you are just in your early 20s, you don't have that money to maintain a car. So of course it also helps us to grow. But what we always say that if you just start to use car sharing, it doesn't mean that you always have to use a car wherever you go. What also Tina mentioned before, that this whole thing, this whole sharing economy and the transportation is about the freedom, that you can choose which kind of transportation you want to choose. So maybe in the morning you just choose a tram because that's fast, and then you just walk because it's a nice weather. And in the evening, when you are just after shopping, you just take a car sharing car to go home. So
Yes.
it's just about the freedom.
Yeah.
And yes, the younger generation understands it more.
Yeah, Esther, your question.
My question would be related that this is a kind of shared event, if I understand correctly, with VDU. So they are entrepreneurs and freelancers as well, who are in the traditional sense not employees. So the question is to Christina. So how, I mean, I see that government, etc., they do a lot for the traditional, and nowadays it's going to be less and less, you know, employment. You have the gig economy, the freelancer, etc. So how can we make sure that the female entrepreneur, who is just a solopreneur, can somehow benefit from these things? Because I'm not considered, as far as I understand, as an employee, so I don't know whether I would be eligible at all, and I don't think that's fair. So so if you said, or if we say that we want to do something for females, a lot of solopreneurs, especially in Bavaria, females, can we somehow for the future put it on the list to think about that as well, from that perspective, that employee is great, but we are the ones, I think, sometimes who can drive change and represent mobility as well, the way we work. So it would be nice to benefit.
Yeah. Thank you for the question, because we have a second program which is called Solo Entrepreneur Leasing. Ooh. And this is a different tax benefit model. So you are saving up to 30%, and I'm very happy to share everything about the solo concept, which is basically made for the solo entrepreneurs in the corporate bike leasing segment. So I'm super happy to have the conversation with you.
Cool. And I think it's awareness, because I don't think that many people know
about this. Yes, yes. Because of course, we as a corporate bike leasing company, we are targeting the very big ones first, because with the big ones, if Deutsche Bahn says, hey, we are doing corporate bike leasing, a lot of people are getting aware of it. But my main focus, and this is actually exactly why we are here from, I'm coming out of the Mittelstand, the German family-owned businesses, the small, the KMUs, like the entrepreneurial side. I'm not looking for the big DAX 30. It's about the basis, because this is where it accelerates from. And I really love to have the conversation on how we can spread the word for everybody out there, to reach everybody. Mm-hmm. And especially the women. Yeah, because a lot of women also have, they have like, how do you say that they are afraid of bicycles, for example, because
so you can connect to each other via LinkedIn. You are both there. I have already checked it.
great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, so Marie, it's your turn.
Yeah. So
Please.
if there are no other questions from the audience, I would like to come back to the question to Bogi and to Christina. How do you think we can get more women motivated to take a MINT job? I mean, it's not necessarily exact in this MINT profession, but maybe a job in technical surroundings. So, Christina, in Germany, how do you see the situation? She seems to be disconnected at the moment. Then maybe Boklaka, how do you think is the situation in Hungary? Because we have a lot of good technicians and good technical universities. How do you think we can motivate more women to take these jobs?
Well, I think I'm sad to say, but still we are a few steps behind men in this field. So I think the key is that we have to find each other. We have to help to each other, because if we are in a group and we are together, we could do everything what we want. So I think the one key is just connect to each other. And the other one is that, especially it is true for women, that you have to follow your instincts, and you have to be brave to follow your instincts. And this is the thing what I also have to learn, and I also need to improve in this. So that's why I dare to say that you have to follow your instincts.
Yeah, that's a good slogan. I noted it. Christina, are you still with us?
Yes, but I'm actually saying goodbye now because it's a mess. But thank you so much for the impulses and being brave. And actually, this is what my big passion is: being brave and to help also women, to help them, push them, and tell them you can do this, because we can do this together. And also, and this is a wonderful thing which I learned today in the international context, we are running businesses right now as women, and we have the power to actually help young women to work in our companies, to really get into the MINT.
Okay. Christina, great for these final words. Yeah, really, if you have to say goodbye now, it's fully okay. We keep in contact, definitely. And maybe bye-bye, Christina, so far. And thank you that you took the time to join us.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye. Silke, maybe you can elaborate a little bit the question: how can we improve the MINT, the female entrepreneurs in MINT, or the female ladies, the ladies to take MINT professions, or a profession in a surrounding, in a technical surrounding?
Well, that's a very, well, I would say very important question also, but it's also not so easy to answer it, because you have to begin very early to talk to try to attract young women, and I would say also girls, to STEM professions. And what we see is that, for example, that they think often when they are at school, when they are teenagers, they think, well, I'm not good in math. It's not something that attracts me. But it's also what can you do? For example, girls, when they are teenagers and they like to take lipsticks, etc., what you can do it, and this is quite simple. For example, in chemistry, you can make a course with them and show them how to make a lipstick, so that the STEM professions or the STEM field is located, well, how to say, that they see that it's quite close to their life, and it's not something that you have the boys who are playing with machines and we are not playing with machines, so we will not STEM is nothing for us. So I think that this is very important, and you have to begin very quick to very early. Like, for example, this is what also many people are saying, that you have to start in the kindergarten or in the primary schools, and to attract girls and to show them, yes, you are able to work also in this field, because it's often that they don't think that they would be able. They are not good in math, they are not good in physics, and that's not true.
Okay.
And another thing that I'm thinking now is you need role models. You really need role models. They have to see that there are other women who made it, and for them it's something very normal, and to have also success in this field. So this is very important, and this is why we are working a lot with this with women in STEM and also very successful women in STEM, and we show them on social media.
Yeah,
and
that is also the purpose of today, because we have two great role models with us here. Yeah, a female founder, and a female CEO who was brave enough to make that step.
Yeah,
and both, I think, both do not come really from the technical area, but are now responsible or working in the technical area. So that's it. Yeah. So unfortunately, we have lost Christina now, but maybe Maren, you asked the last question to Bocky. Maren, have we lost you also now? Maren? Oh, now also Berlin has a problem, but maybe I take over then. So we are talking about urban mobility, and here Silke elaborated. We had the last panel on this event in Munich. We had it about Munich, yeah, the city of Munich, and of course Budapest is similar, yeah. So Bocky, what do you think is your vision for future urban mobility in Budapest?
Well, first of all, I think of course there are different channels of traveling or urban mobility in Budapest. First of all, the public transportation, I think Budapest is very good. Yeah. Very, very good. So it is on a good path. Now using bicycles is in growing, although I think the infrastructure is not good enough in Budapest. So the roads and everything were built for cars, so it's not easy to use them by bicycle. But I think so there is a place to improve. I think, or I believe that the future is in this intermodal transportation. So when you always decide which vehicle to choose that fits the best for your next trip. So I really believe that it will be the future.
Yeah, and it will and it will come, and I think this mobility shift, I would say, will start in the big cities like Munich and like Budapest, because in the countryside it's even more difficult. Yeah, this is mobility shift in countryside is another special topic. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But first we have to make this big step in the in urban mobility, and the next could be yes, a little bit farther.
Question to Zsuzsa: is Maren still with us? Or question to the Technik: is Maren with us, or is Berlin's?
Ich sehe sie nicht.
Nee, ich auch nicht.
Nein.
Berlin's Technik and Berlin's internet is also, sometimes we have also difficulties there. So then I can only say thank you again also to Silke and to Boklaka that you shared this with us. A lot of thoughts we have elaborated about your businesses, but also how female can be successful in these fields and these areas. And VDU definitely will work on that, and Dialog Ungarn will definitely support that, these dialogues, and we will continue the dialogues. We plan the next one in June, again with two ladies of both countries. And Silke, anyway, we both will intensify the cooperation between VDU Westphalia, and maybe there is also once a time a point where we can have a cooperation with Hungary. Yeah? So we have plenty of opportunities, because I'm also moving between the both countries and moving between the both organizations, and definitely there are opportunities. And Boklaka, I'm happy to meet you somewhere personally, and invite you also to other women networks in Hungary. What I'm driving, it's the Women at DOIAK. Maybe you have a look at it. There are also events what I'm moderating. So I'm happy that we get you founded. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me here. I really enjoyed it, and I think it was very, very interesting and useful, even for me. And as I said, my goals for this year will be to find connections. So I'm really open to meet you and go forward.
VDO is definitely a useful connection, and Dialog Ungarn as well. So both you have here. And Dilke, some final words from your side?
Well, I think it was a very interesting discussion, and especially what you said also about the at the end about the mobility in rural zones, and what we are doing also in Munich. That was something that we were talking about during the annual meeting, the slot in the STEM Commission. And it was Johanna Brunisch, which is from the Digital Hub Mobility, who was talking about it. That what they were looking or made a research on it was that what is happening when people arrive in a subway station and they are getting out, and then they try to make all sorts of mobility available. So from bicycles to cars to shared cars to, I don't know, to everything, so that people can choose their what they want, that they don't have to take, well, that they only have the possibility to take a bus. No, they also have the possibility to take a bike or to get a car. So what you said, Boglaka, you said the Bogi, you said the same. Yeah. And I think that this will really be the future here in the big cities, not in the rural places. This is really I think, much more, well, difficult, complicated to install it. But in cities like Munich, I think that this will be the way in the future. How
And
we
it's
will.
also already in Budapest the case, that at big subway stations outside, you have your cars around, staying around, and also bicycles, mobi cars, mobi bicycles are available. So that is the future, and I can say only thank you. We will distribute the link to the video, the streaming, that everybody can have a look at it who are interested in it, and we will definitely talk about this on social media about this event. We will report about that, and then connect to each other. That is the topic what I would like to motivate you. And thank you to everybody, and have a nice evening. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.